I accidentally caught my childhood friend on a date with the new transfer student. He asked if she liked me. Ningbing answered without hesitation. No. I paused mid-bite on my chicken wrap. I thought I'd be devastated, but instead I felt relieved, and I kept chewing. No girl could compete with a good wrap. Just as I reached the classroom door, my deskmate grabbed me in the hall. Fang Yuan, your Ningbing came looking for you. She said not to wait for her after school tonight. Their homeroom teacher asked her to show Song Jinnian around campus. Song Jinnian, the new transfer student in class 1. Tall, handsome, long-legged, and supposedly a top student too. The moment he arrived that morning, he caused quite a stir. Ningbing had barely gone far when I saw a boy out of uniform walking beside her. His jeans outlined his tall, lean frame, both hands in his pockets. He grinned as he hovered around Ningbing, talking non-stop, but she showed no interest at all. Whenever he moved closer, she coldly kept her distance. My deskmate nudged me approvingly. Not bad. Your Ningbing is really staying loyal to you. If it were any other girl, she'd already be swooning over a handsome guy fussing over her like that. My face heated up. I elbowed him back. As we messed around, I caught Song Jinnian suddenly turning around. He glanced sideways in my direction. It was only a fleeting look, but I clearly caught the mocking appraisal in his eyes. Ningbing came from a single-parent family. In elementary school, she and her mother moved in across from my home. She had always been quiet. My parents always had me, their wild child, take her out to play. At first, Ningbing found me annoying, but gradually she let me get close. But with everyone else, she remained as aloof as ever. She was smart, beautiful, and painfully withdrawn. For a while, I was obsessed with romance novels and dramas. So naturally, I made Ningbing the heroine of my own story. Growing up, plenty of boys had confessed to her. She turned every one of them down. Once, a boy pursuing her stopped her. He demanded to know whether she liked someone. Ningbing didn't answer. Instead, she looked at me, crouching in a corner and devouring an ice cream. Fang Yuan, let's go home. After that, rumors about us went wild. Fang Yuan and Ningbing were childhood friends, and feelings had bloomed between them over time. Neither of us ever bothered denying it. That evening, I went to Ningbing's house for dinner and looked over her math paper for reference. Compared with Ningbing, my grades were ordinary. I ranked around the middle of the school. Only on a great day could I stand out at all. Every time I asked her a question, she'd call me stupid. After hearing it enough times, I got used to it. Sometimes, I'd even tease her back. It's fine. One smart person in this family is enough. She'd slap the test paper into my face. Get back to your work. Look at her, all prickly and proud. While I was rummaging through Ningbing's backpack, a plush Keychain fell out. Knowing her, she would never buy something like that. I picked it up and teased her. Which boy gave you this one this time? Throw it away. Oh, sure. The plush landed in the trash. She didn't even glance at it. As usual, I kept rambling on, telling her funny things from class. Normally, Ningbing never let me distract her. But today, for the first time ever, she caught the pen I was spinning. Her expression was deadly serious. Fang Yuan, have you decided which university you want to apply to? I blurted out. S University. S University was Ningbing's dream school. She smiled faintly. Can you get in? The lights were bright, reflecting in her dark eyes and revealing a flicker of amusement. She was beautiful. Even a soft laugh from her could make a person lose their mind. I loosely clenched a fist and raised it in protest. Don't underestimate me. I'll definitely get in. Ningbing's smile faded. All right. I'll be waiting. The next day in class, I let out a wail, then collapsed onto my desk like I was facing execution. Save me. Why is S University's cutoff score so high? My deskmate came over with a spicy snack in hand. It's fine. It's fine. The exam is still over 100 days away. Didn't our homeroom teacher say it? Until the very last moment, anything is possible. Ugh. I regret talking so big in front of her. I'm just not cut out for studying. It's not that I don't want to improve. Some things just won't go into my head. But I'd already made that boast. No way could I let her look down on me. Whenever I had time, I went to Ningbing with questions. And as luck would have it, several times I found Song Jinnian coming to see her too. Ningbing rejected him every time. I'm busy. Go ask someone else, I asked. None of the other students know how. Then asked the teacher. Song Jinnian looked at her with an unreadable half smile. No, you do your thing. I'll wait, just like I used to be. He couldn't sense Ningbing's rejection. He didn't get upset when she turned him down. He simply tried again next time. After it happened enough times, whenever Song Jinnian came over, Ningbing reacted on instinct. Go ask someone else. Song Jinnian cut her off. I'm not here for you. He turned to Ningbing's deskmate and spoke softly. Math rep. You should know how to solve this one, right? The math rep was a girl. Flattered by the attention, she hurriedly pulled out her test paper. I do. Then please explain it to me. Song Jinnian pressed his hands together in a pleading gesture. I looked at Ningbing. She was still frozen in the same position, the tip of her pen resting on the thin test paper. Her expression looked normal, but for a long while, Her pen never moved. The next time I came to see Bai Ningbing, Song Jinnian was sitting in her deskmate's seat. He propped his head up with one hand, watching Bai Ningbing explain a problem to him. He was smiling brightly. Ningbing, has anyone ever told you how beautiful you are? She tapped the paper. Focus. You got it. Class president. Song Jinnian noticed me first. He raised an eyebrow slightly. His smiling eyes stayed fixed on me. But he spoke to Bai Ningbing. Class president, your childhood friend is here. Why don't you explain it to him first? As he said that, Song Jinnian didn't move from his position. Bai Ningbing glanced at me from the side. Fang Yuan, I don't have time to explain those basic questions to you right now. Ask someone in your class, or a teacher. With that, she turned away. I stood there, frozen to the bone. A hot flush of humiliation slowly crept over my face. That one casual sentence from her hit harder than all the times she'd called me stupid. Trying to save face, I gripped my notebook of wrong answers and said quickly, then get back to it. I'll come find you when you're free. A few faint snickers sounded behind me. Over the next few days, I kept seeing Song Jinnian sitting beside Bai Ningbing. Sometimes, he was the one explaining problems. Bai Ningbing looked at him, with a trace of warmth softening her eyes. Song Jinnian, you're pretty smart. My hand, tapping the windowsill, went still. All at once, memories of her calling me stupid flooded my mind. So haughty, so impatient, so she could praise people too. Someone suddenly said, oh, your childhood friend is here again, as if I were running from something. Before Bai Ningbing could turn around, I shamefully ran away. That night, in a huff, I went home without waiting for her. I didn't wait for her the next morning either. On my way back to class, Bai Ningbing called out to me. She reached my side in a few quick steps, then pulled a thermos from her bag. Soy milk. My mom told me to give it to you, as though certain I would take it immediately. She let go as soon as she held it out. With a loud clatter, the thermos hit the floor. I instinctively stepped back, panic flashing through me. Bai Ningbing froze, and her expression slowly changed. Displeasure appeared on her face. Fang Yuan, what is your problem lately? You leave by yourself before and after school without even saying hello, and you won't even take the thermos. What did I ever do to you? My urge to apologize instantly went cold. I admit, I was being a little spiteful when I said, I don't want your soy milk. I never will again. Bai Ningbing clenched the hem of her clothes and gave a faint laugh. Fine. You said it yourself. Never again. From that day on, Bai Ningbing and I were locked in a cold war. I had always been the one who catered to her. Even over the smallest disagreement, I was always the one to make peace first. But this time, I didn't make the first move to patch things up, as I always had before. Whenever I passed her classroom, 7 or 8 times out of 10, I'd see her with her head close to Song Jinnian's. One time, Song Jinnian pointed out that I was outside the window. Bai Ningbing didn't even turn around, only giving a flat "oh." Then she said to him, your method for this problem is clearer. Back in my classroom, I flipped through my exercise book, huffing under my breath. Every problem I looked at was one I couldn't solve, which only made me more irritated. Fang Yuan, still haven't made up with your Bai Ningbing? Huo, is Song Jinnian really that good at school? Apparently. Before he transferred, he ranked in the top 10 at his old school. Alright, her calling him smart was simply a statement of fact, but hearing it still made me unhappy. A knot of frustration clogged my chest, and I could barely breathe. When are you planning to make up with Bai Ningbing? Lately, people had started spreading rumors about Song Jinnian and Bai Ningbing. The stories sounded awfully convincing. I was almost starting to believe them. I'm not making up with her. Not ever. Yeah, right? You'll be the one making peace again, won't you? Huo wasn't wrong. After all, I'd liked her for years. I'd actually planned to use Bai Ningbing's birthday as my chance to make peace with her. Her birthday was October 1st, just as I did every year. I prepared her birthday gift in advance. On the day of the school's National Day performance, Fang Yuan, Ningbing is fighting a girl on the field. Why? She's never gotten into a fight before. I think it's because of Song Jinnian. My steps stopped cold. By the time I reached the field, the crowd had already pulled the 2 girls apart. The dean was there too. Bai Ningbing, are you insane? What's wrong with me talking to Song Jinnian? You think you can control who I talk to now? Bai Ningbing, who never deigned to argue with anyone, had gone completely cold. Try bothering him again. I'll bother him if I want. Who's afraid of you? Bai Ningbing broke free from the other students. She charged forward. Do you think I'm not here? Both of you, to my office. And Song Jinnian, you're coming too. As soon as he finished speaking, Bai Ningbing said, Dean, this has nothing to do with him. I'll go alone. Say one more word, and I'll call your parents. Bai Ningbing lowered her eyes. Song Jinnian quietly told her, it's okay. As they left, I couldn't help calling out Bai Ningbing. At the same moment, Song Jinnian spoke to Bai Ningbing. Is your hand okay? She looked down at her hand, then walked right past me, brushing my shoulder. Her voice held a gentleness I'd never heard before. I'm fine. Don't worry. My heart suddenly skipped a beat. I quickly turned around and sharply caught sight of something. In a moment when no one else noticed, Jinnian lightly tugged by Ningbing's wrist, then quickly pulled his hand back. She tilted her head to listen as he whispered to her. Sunlight fell over her, softening the girl's cool profile. I suddenly realized that I didn't seem to know Bai Ningbing anymore. The students around me murmured. I've never seen Bai Ningbing this angry before. She really lost her temper. Honestly, Bai Ningbing and Jinnian, whether in looks or grades, are a pretty good match. My ears started ringing. It felt as if an invisible hand had seized my heart. Every sound around me mercilessly pierced through me. I'd spent days trying to steel myself, but before my eyes could fill with tears, I frantically pushed my way out of the crowd. By the time I reached an empty lounge, the corners of my eyes were already red. Before long, students began coming in, 2 or 3 at a time. I hurriedly turned my back to them, fumbling as I arranged the props in front of me. After knowing her for so many years, I never felt this heartbroken. Just when I was about to lose control of my tears, a blue Doraemon masked head dropped down from above, covering my head. Immediately afterward came a girl's clear, unfamiliar voice. Hey, could you hold on to this masked head for me? When she got no response, she called out twice more. I gave a quiet hum. My voice was slightly choked, but the girl probably didn't realize I was crying. There was a smile in her voice as she handed me an open milk tea. Here, consider it a thank you. Thank you, but you really don't have to. I secretly took a look. It was ice cream black tea, exactly my favorite. She seemed to sense my hesitation. It's fine, drink it. Our class bought them in bulk. I don't like it anyway. It would just go to waste. Alright, then. For a while, I heard nothing more from her. I cautiously looked up. The mirror reflected a figure heading out. The girl was tall and slender, wearing a blue Doraemon masked costume. Her steps were quick but clumsy. As she jogged, she waddled from side to side. For some reason, it was hilarious. My desk mate soon called looking for me. I quickly wiped my eyes and went back. Before leaving, I gave the masked head to a classmate to watch, and gave her the milk tea too. I was so busy that day I could barely stay on my feet. Every class put on a wonderful performance. I paid close attention. The performance with the Doraemon masked costume was by a senior girl from class 9. After school that afternoon, the moment I reached my apartment building, I saw Bai Ningbing waiting downstairs. An unusual trace of conflict showed on her face. She looked like she wanted to say something, but stopped herself. It was the first time she had come to me on her own after we'd fallen out. What is it? Don't tell my mom about what happened today. She meant the fight she'd had with that girl over Jinnian. Aunt Bai had always been strict with her, both at school and in life. My heart sank heavily, and with it, my gaze dropped. From the zipper of her black backpack, a plush charm swayed back and forth. It was the one I'd thrown away that day. Oh, right. I'm going to the library with my classmates tomorrow. I won't be celebrating my birthday at home. Give me my birthday gift now. I raised my eyes to her matter-of-fact expression. Suddenly, the tiny hope I'd had for her moments ago felt ridiculous. Sorry, I forgot to prepare a birthday gift for you this time. A flicker of surprise crossed Bai Ningbing's cool eyes. She watched me silently, as if trying to read something from my face. We faced off in silence for a long while. A sudden ringtone broke the stalemate. Bai Ningbing glanced at her phone and turned to leave. Forget it then. I'd seen her from behind countless times, but this time, it stirred none of that sweetness in me. I listed the gift I'd meant to give Bai Ningbing. The birthday headphones. On his secondhand marketplace. 3 minutes later, they were sold. 2 days later, the buyer returned a letter I'd written to confess my feelings to Bai Ningbing. It was pretty embarrassing, honestly. On Bai Ningbing's birthday night, I went home and opened the gift box. I listed the headphones online, then casually tucked the confession letter into an exercise book. Out of sight, out of mind. I hadn't expected a local buyer to place an order so quickly. The next day, I had a terrible headache, so I had to postpone the exchange. She didn't rush me. She even asked whether I needed her to buy me medicine. On the day we met, I arrived early at the fast food restaurant. I just sent her a message when someone behind me read out my username. I can't get an 8-pack. I turned and met a pair of crescent-shaped eyes. The girl was tall. Pink curls fell casually down her back. When she smiled, a little canine tooth peeked out. She sat across from me and introduced herself by her username. Mom says people with long names are stupid. Fine. Neither of us gets to laugh at the other. She slid a cup of warm honey water toward me, then paid directly through the app. You aren't going to check them? You came here sick. So, would you really scam me over a few hundred yuan? She sure knew how to say the right thing. Before she left, she stared at the card inside the headphone box for 2 seconds. I thought it was the warranty card, so I didn't think anything of it. That night, she sent me a friend request. The note simply read, Shang Xinci. I'd heard that name before. Whenever the rankings were updated, she was always firmly at the top. The moment I accepted, she sent me a simple good night. We didn't talk much after that. At the monthly exam a few days later, I was assigned to class 9. As I entered, I ran right into Shang Xinci. She clearly recognized me too. Smiling, she shook the Doraemon charm on her pencil case. I looked down, and it was almost identical to my own charm. After the exam, I waited for Xiao Huohuo by the door. Shang Xinci lightly tapped my shoulder with her pencil case, then turned and ran back into the classroom. Soon, she came back out holding a book. It's tucked inside. Look at it when you get home. She was being so mysterious. I casually flipped it open and froze on the spot. Tucked inside the book was that very confession letter. The card in the headphone box wasn't a warranty card at all. It was the note I'd planned to give to Bai Ningbing along with the gift. Words straight from my heart. I snapped the book shut, grabbed Xiao Huohuo as he came out, and left. The good news was that Bai Ningbing never got the letter. The bad news was that the top-ranked student in our grade had read every word. The worst news was, at the end of the letter, I'd written, Bai Ningbing, I'd be your Doraemon for the rest of my life. I'd gone down a flights of stairs, but I couldn't stop myself from turning back. Shang Xinci was standing there waiting for me. When she saw me return, she immediately raised her hands. I wasn't trying to snoop. The card fell out of the headphone box. I only saw the beginning and the signature. What about the middle? She honestly paused for 2 seconds. I saw a little of the middle too. I turned to leave again. Shang Xinci hurriedly stopped me and shoved the book into my arms. I didn't fold the letter, and I didn't show it to anyone else. If you don't want it, I can shred it for you. She actually pulled a brown paper envelope from her bag. The letter lay flat inside, without even a curled corner. I was so embarrassed my scalp tingled. But when I saw that envelope, my anger faded first. Forget it. I'll deal with it myself. Doraemon is pretty great, though. Shut up. Back in class, I wanted to move to another planet overnight. Shang Xinci, though, knew not to overstep. She only sent one message. Remember to return my book. Forget the letter. She immediately sent a sticker of a bowing cat. Rest assured, Lord Kitty, this humble servant will keep it absolutely secret. After her little joke, I didn't feel quite so embarrassed anymore. Before evening study hall, Shang Xinci came to get her book herself. I handed it over, but couldn't resist asking, do you need it that urgently? Not urgently. I was just passing by to see if you were here. With that, she turned and left. Nearly walking into the doorframe, I watched her retreating figure and suddenly found it familiar. At the National Day performance, the one who had put that Doraemon mascot head on me and given me milk tea had walked just as hurriedly. I chased after her to the stairs. Shang Xinci, she turned around. Were you wearing the Doraemon mascot costume that day? Lots of people in class 9 wore it. You gave me that ice cream black tea too. The class bought them all together. Her answer was flawless, but when she turned to head downstairs, she went down several steps with her arms and legs moving in awkward unison. Fine. Don't admit it if you don't want to. I recognized you anyway. I couldn't hold back a laugh. At the other end of the hallway, Bai Ningbing stood outside class 1. When our eyes met, the smile vanished from my face at once. In this monthly exam, I barely passed math. Shang Xinci was still ranked first. My math teacher called me into the office and kept sighing over my test paper. You're good at every other subject. Why does math have such a grudge against you? I was just about to make an excuse for myself when Shang Xinci came in to collect homework. The teacher looked at her, then at me, and suddenly had an idea. One of you is good at math, and the other is solid at chemistry. Why don't you tutor each other? I wondered if I'd heard wrong. I was supposed to tutor the top-ranked student. Sure. After she left, the teacher lectured me for another 10 minutes. When I came out, Shang Xinci was still waiting by the stairs. She took out those headphones and said the left side always had static. She wanted to know if they were still under warranty. I was holding a stack of test papers, so I could only lower my head. Shang Xinci picked up an earbud, her movements incredibly gentle. Can I put it on for you? I leaned my ear toward her. A song called Summer Echo began playing through the earbud. The intro had barely begun when my eyes curved into a smile. It's good. I like it a lot too. As she took the earbud off from me, Bai Ningbing happened to be coming up the stairs. As we passed each other, she abruptly called out to me, Fang Yuan, didn't you see the messages I sent you? I held my test papers tighter and kept walking. Shang Xinci didn't ask any further questions. She only pointed to a strangely shaped cloud outside the window. Doesn't it look like a dog? It really does. We both burst out laughing for no reason. Footsteps soon sounded behind us. Bai Ningbing stepped in front of me and blocked my path. My mom wants you over for dinner tonight. No. I need to fix some headphones tonight. She made your favorite late-night snack. Thank Annie for me. I walked around her and returned to class. 2 more messages had appeared on my phone. Bai Ningbing asked why I had cut my hair short, then said and Bai had saved me a late-night snack. Before, whenever she messaged me first, I would reread it for ages. This time, I only thanked Aunt Bai. I did not even open Bai Ningbing's profile. I put that confession letter at the very bottom of my drawer too. Not to give it to her someday, but to remind myself that some words left unsaid were better left that way. Before, If Bai Ningbing said her mom wanted me, I would run there faster than anyone. But things were different now. Someone was waiting for me to fix her headphones, and someone was willing to explain problems I could not solve again and again. Xinci wanted me to tutor her so badly. She nearly pretended to be hopeless at chemistry despite ranking first in the grade. For the first time, I realized even smart people are not very good at lying. The next morning, I nearly arrived late. The moment I ran through the school gates, Xinci urged me to hurry back to class. Remembering the headphones in my backpack, I turned and handed them to her. They are fixed. I tested them. No static. The words had barely left my mouth when someone crashed into my back. Xinci reached out and steadied me. The smile vanished from her face. The person who hit me was Jinnian. Bai Ningbing followed behind him. They were both late. Jinnian immediately tried to ask Xinci for leniency. Xinci let go of me and wrote their names directly on the late list. Late is late. Did he not just come in too? Why did you not mark him down? Fang Yuan still had 20 seconds. Xinci lifted her wrist to show her watch. You two are 3 minutes late. Then she told me to go on ahead, giving Jinnian no chance to keep arguing. After the exercise break, she caught up with me through the crowd again and shoved a bandage into my hand. Only then did I notice a wire had cut my ankle. Are your eyes just for decoration? Why did that sound so familiar? I took the bandage. Miss Tigertooth, you're getting mean. Her ears turned red. Then her friend Lin Wei hooked an arm around her shoulders. Lin Wei looked at me, then at her, and deliberately drew out her voice. Oh, cut it out. A few days later, Xiao Huohuo and I hid in a corner of the field, eating chicken strip wraps. The moment Xiao Huohuo left, Xinci squatted beside me with the same kind of wrap. What a coincidence. Are you following me? She nearly choked on a mouthful of wrap. After coughing for ages, she admitted she needed to talk to me. The teacher's idea the other day was good. You tutor me in chemistry, and I will tutor you in math. I pointed at myself. You are sure you want me to tutor the top student? Xinci nodded with complete sincerity. My chemistry performance is inconsistent. I stared at her for a long moment. Her gaze kept drifting away, and the tips of her ears grew redder. All right, everyone has a weak subject, but promise me, no matter how many times I ask about a problem, you will not call me stupid. It is a deal. The words had barely left her mouth when Jinnian's voice came from nearby. He was pressing Bai Ningbing to tell him who she liked. Bai Ningbing answered without hesitation. I do not like Fang Yuan. Then you like me. Jinnian stepped closer. Bai Ningbing did not step back. A few seconds later, she gripped the back of Jinnian's neck, then lowered her head and kissed him. So this was the date I had overheard outside the wrap shop. I paused mid-bite. I thought I would be upset, but instead I felt relieved. I just kept chewing. No girl could beat a good wrap. Xinci pulled out her phone. I leaned over curiously. What are you doing? I will take a picture, so she cannot deny it later. Forget it. It is none of our business. She looked at me for 2 seconds, then put her phone away. She put every chicken strip from her wrap into my bowl. Then eat. From that day on, Xinci occupied nearly all my free time. She made me a study schedule, 3 basic problems and variations every day. For every wrong answer, she would stick a frowning cat beside it. The first time I opened my mistake notebook, the whole page was covered in cats. Xinci, is this tutoring or humiliation? It is record keeping. She stuck a smiling cat on the second page. You get 1 for correct answers too. Later, that notebook grew thicker and thicker, but the frowning cats became fewer and fewer. Whenever I gave her my chemistry notes, she would carefully highlight the key points. She did not need me to explain everything from the start. She only deliberately circled a few easy questions and waited for me to sit beside her. She really was patient when explaining problems. If I was still stuck after she explained the same problem 3 times, she would explain it 3 different ways. Whenever I got one right, she never held back her praise. Fang Yuan, you are amazing. No variation of this type of problem will stump you again. Her praise made me put my hands on my hips right there. Of course, I am really smart. As for tutoring her in chemistry, that was even easier. Xinci got the most basic question wrong 3 times in a row. I tapped her test paper. Only then did she pretend to suddenly understand. At last, it hit me. Xinci, did you do that on purpose? How could I? She quickly lowered her head and changed her answer. But she could not suppress the corners of her mouth. In the second monthly exam, I jumped ahead by more than 100 ranks. Xiao Huohuo patted my shoulder and sighed. Just as I thought. With no girls on your mind, you solve problems like a genius. My friend, from today on, I am embracing the heartless path. But Bai Ningbing's name had fallen out of the top 3. On the day grades were posted, She stood before the rankings for a long time. Jinnian tried to take her hand, but she avoided him. I passed by holding my mistake notebook. Her gaze followed me, finally landing on the smiling cat on its cover. Xinci ran up from behind and pushed a bottle of warm milk into my hand. Your reward. Ningbing looked at the bottle of milk and did not go back to stand beside Jinnian. Jinnian passed our classroom carrying a thermos. Xiao Huohuo recognized it at a glance. Is that not the thermos Ningbing used to fill with soy milk for you? No idea. Jinnian waves it around every day, as if he is afraid people will not notice. I covered Xiao Huohuo's mouth. Watch what you say. The last person who treasured that stupid thermos was your good brother. Whoever gets the thermos is who Ningbing ends up with. None of it has anything to do with me anymore. The next day, I ran into Aunt Bai. Sure enough, she asked whether Ningbing had made a new friend lately. I did not rat anyone out. I only played dumb and said I had been busy studying lately, so I did not know anything. Aunt Bai patted my head and went home with a sigh. This time, I did not cover for Ningbing, nor did I go home with Aunt Bai. By the final exams, I had climbed several dozen more ranks. A few classmates wanted to join Xinci and my little study group, so I set our study sessions in my home office. When the doorbell rang, I was still eating breakfast. The moment I opened the door, Ningbing's furious roar suddenly rang out across the hall. You like Fang Yuan so much. Why do you not make him your son? As the door opened, she came face to face with our whole group. Ningbing's mother stood inside, her expression awful. Ningbing shot me a glance, slammed the door, and left. No one asked further. When our study session ended, someone knocked over the stack of fake certificates my dad had printed for me. Award for eating an extra bowl of rice. Award for getting up on time. Award for watching television with dad. Xinci crouched to help pick them up, her shoulders shaking with laughter. I snatched them back. Do not laugh. Go on. Get home. She handed me the last one. It read, Little Fang Yuan will always be Dad's pride. Xinci stopped laughing and nodded solemnly. Uncle Fang is right. My ears felt a little hot. I lowered my head and stuffed the certificates back into the box. But Xinci tore a sheet from her notebook. She neatly wrote several lines on it. Fang Yuan Student Improvement Award for this month. Awarded by Xinci. The corner of my mouth twitched. You are copying my dad too. This one is real. She slipped the paper into my mistake notebook. Make more progress next time, and I will give you an official certificate. That paper remained on the first page from then on. Whenever I wanted to slack off, I only had to open it to see it. For the first time, Ningbing came to ask me why I had given the headphones meant for her to someone else. All I felt was confused. When had she ever received those headphones? After our little study session ended, I walked my classmates to the entrance of the complex. Lin Wei leaned against the car window, insisting on grabbing the headphones from Xinci's pocket. Xinci pushed her back into her seat, then turned and waved to me. The car had barely left when I nearly ran into Ningbing behind me. There were only the two of us in the elevator. She held the door open button for me, then asked after a long silence, when did you get so close to Xinci? I watched the floor numbers change and said nothing. When the elevator doors opened, she pressed on. Did you give the headphones meant for me to her? I finally laughed. So, she had guessed long ago what I would give her for her birthday. But from beginning to end, those headphones had never reached her hands. Classmate Bai, when did I ever say I'd give you headphones? She frowned. Do not talk to me like that. Fine. Then do not come asking about my business again. I walked out of the elevator without looking back. Not long after, the first snow began to fall. I crouched downstairs, using a snow duck clamp to make a row of little snow ducks. A few neighborhood kids gathered around, asking for them. I handed them out one by one. Then a hand suddenly reached out behind me. Big brother, I want one too. Xinci bent over, smiling with perfect innocence. I grabbed a handful of snow and threw it at her. She did not dodge, taking the hit squarely. Snow scattered through her curls. I picked up the last little duck and handed it to her. Here. And do not just call me Big Brother. Thank you for your generosity, Lord Kitty. On New Year's Eve, our group planned to ring in the New Year downtown. When I stepped out, a middle-aged man stood across the hall. Ningbing opened her door and saw him. Her face turned cold at once. Just then, Xinci called, Lord Kitty, where are you now? As I fumbled to put on my hat, I accidentally switched on speakerphone. I am putting on my hat. Laughter came through the phone. No rush. We are waiting downstairs. Before the elevator doors closed, I saw Ningbing still standing there. Downstairs, Xiao Huohuo and the others had indeed been waiting for ages. Lin Wei glanced at Xinci and deliberately exposed her. Someone was afraid you would slip, so she came 20 minutes early to wait, and she would not let us rush you. Xinci raised her foot to kick her. When the countdown began, Xiao Huohuo and I were separated by the crowd. Balloons and shouts filled the air around me. Before I could react, Xinci had already raised both hands, loosely cupping her hands over my ears. Balloons rose into the night sky. She lowered her head and silently mouthed, Happy New Year. I suddenly forgot to let go. the balloon string still clenched in my palm. Xiao Huo shouted from far away. May I get into my dream school? I made a wish too. This year, I will make it into the top 50. Shang Xinci made no wish aloud. The lights reflected in her eyes, making them almost too bright. Instinctively, I avoided her gaze. For some reason, I suddenly felt curious. Who exactly did Shang Xinci like? After I got home, I discovered that Bai Ningbing had unsent a message. The next day, my parents mentioned the man from last night. Bai Ningbing's father was getting remarried. She had sat at the stairwell for a long time. Aunt Bai had cried inside all night too. When something like this happened before, I would have knocked on the door across the hall, brought her food, and sat with her until dawn. This time, I did not go. It was not revenge. She already had song Jinnian. I should not overstep anymore. In the new semester's opening exam, I climbed into the 60s. Xiao Huo was more excited than I was. He leaned across the desk and asked, You seriously did not notice Shang Xinci likes you? The pen in my hand clattered onto the desk. Who? Shang Xinci. The rumor that she liked a younger boy was fake news Lin Wei deliberately spread. The person she has liked all along is you. My mind went blank for the whole classes. The honey water, the Doraemon costume, the love letter, broken headphones, and those outrageously wrong chemistry answers. All at once, it all connected. It was not that Shang Xinci was bad at chemistry. She just wanted an excuse to get close to me. After learning that, whenever I looked at Shang Xinci, everything about her felt off. When she explained problems, I would stare at her ears. When she lowered her head to correct my work, I remembered those hands shielding my ears on New Year's Eve. One day, I deliberately brought up the headphones. How did you happen to find the link I posted? Shang Xinqi's pen slipped sideways, drawing a long line across her paper. The platform recommended it. I had only posted it for 3 minutes. The platform knows you that well. Maybe it was fate? She lowered her head and grabbed correction tape. But no matter how long she pressed it, nothing came out. Then I asked, What about the honey water? You said you had a headache, so I picked it up on the way. And the Doraemon costume head. Fang Yuan, are we still tutoring today? I immediately pushed my books over. Yes. Of course we are. So this was what it felt like to tease someone who had feelings for me. No wonder Bai Ningbing used to enjoy watching me get flustered. But I would not joke around with Shang Xinqi's sincerity for too long. If she did not say it, I would wait until she was ready. Xiao Huo kept pressing me. If she confesses, will you reject her? She will not confess right now. What about later? I picked up my pen, pretending to be calm. We will deal with later when it comes. First, I am making the top 50. Xiao Huo circled me once, wearing an infuriating grin. I get it. You like her too. My face heated up, and I did not deny it. After school that day, Bai Ningbing was waiting outside for me too. She held the thermos that had fallen on the ground before. Its lid had been replaced with a new one. This is for you. No need. I washed it. It is not about whether it is clean. Bai Ningbing's hand froze in midair. I did not take it, and she did not let go like she used to. Finally, Song Jinnian came from the other end of the hallway and took the thermos away. Fang Yuan does not even want it. Why are you still giving it to him? Give it back. When you gave it to me, you never said it belonged to him. It was mine to begin with. The two of them started arguing right in front of me. I hugged my books and went around them. This time, I was not responsible for stopping their fight, nor was I responsible for saving anyone's pride. That afternoon, Bai Ningbing came to me carrying a bag of cookies. My mom made them. I took them and politely thanked her. Bai Ningbing remained where she was. Fang Yuan, can't we still be friends like we used to be? No, I answered without the slightest hesitation. She lowered her eyes and spoke only after a long while. Actually, you are not stupid. I know. A classmate called out from the other end of the hallway. Fang Yuan, your little tiger-toothed teacher is here. I called back, then ran off with the cookies in my arms. Shang Xinci stood in the sunlight, holding two new exercise books. When she saw me running over, she handed me one of them first, then hid her other hand behind her back. But I had sharp eyes. I still spotted the certificate she had not put away in time. Fang Yuan Student Improvement Award. A crooked cat paw stamp marked the bottom right corner. Did you not say I had to improve again first? Is climbing into the 60s non-improvement? She rolled up the certificate and tapped my forehead. Do not get cocky. The top 50 are still waiting for you. Bai Ningbing looked back at me, but I did not stop. The day I broke into the top 20, Song Jinnian stopped me at the entrance to the complex. From the 60s to the top 50, I got stuck several times. The more anxious I got, the more I made mistakes on the simplest steps. Shang Xinci did not tell me to relax. She simply sorted my mistakes by type into 3 new notebooks. The first was labeled careless. The second was labeled did not know how. The third was labeled Fang Yuan is daydreaming again. I protested on the spot. What does the third one have to do with studying? It does. She opened the first page. It recorded that I had checked the rankings 8 times while doing problems. After hearing by Ningbing's name, I had lost focus twice. Shang Xinci snatched the ranking photo from my desk. Before the scores come out, finish the problems in front of you first. I gritted my teeth and worked through every problem in the third notebook. In the next mock exam, I finally broke into the top 20. The teacher praised me for ages while holding my report. When I left the office, the first thing I saw was not the ranking list, but Shang Xinci waiting at the stairwell. She raised her hand. I naturally high-fived her. Our palms met. With a sharp, ringing smack, the official improvement certificate was finally tucked into my arms by her. I did not expect that the person truly happy for me would not even have time to treat me to a meal, while the person looking for trouble was already waiting downstairs. He threw a Doraemon Keychain at me. His first words were an accusation, giving another guy's girlfriend a couple's Keychain. What are you trying to pull? I looked down for 2 seconds. The Keychain was identical to the one on my backpack, but they were sold everywhere. I did not even know when Bai Ningbing had bought hers. You are asking the wrong person. Still pretending. Jinnian held up his phone, still on the call. His voice grew louder and louder. Bai Ningbing never used this kind of Keychain before. When you got one, she bought one too. If you did not give it to her, who did? Bai Ningbing's voice quickly came through the phone. I told you. I bought it myself. Then why did you specifically buy one identical to Fang Yuan's? It is only a Keychain. The headphones were only headphones too. And so was the thermos. You say you do not like him. So why do your eyes always follow him? The two of them arguing through the phone. I was forced to stand between them, and the pounding in my head was unbearable. Jinnian turned his anger on me again. You knew perfectly well she had a boyfriend, yet you show up in front of her every day. I picked up the Keychain and threw it back into his arms. First, I have not sought out Bai Ningbing in a long time. Second, she was the one who asked about my headphones, brought me cookies, and bought a matching Keychain. Third, deal with your own relationship. Do not drag me into it as the third wheel. Jinnian's face darkened. He still wanted to argue. I took out my phone, and right in front of him, deleted all of Bai Ningbing's contact information, messages, calls, and contacts. I left none of it. Did you see that clearly? Do not bother me with this again. If you come back again, I will add her back. I will eat Aunt Bai's cooking in her house every day. When you get married, I will still sit at the head table. Jinnian was left speechless. All he could force out was, are you insane? Yeah. I am the cure for people like you too. I turned and headed upstairs. Bai Ningbing was coming out through the entrance. She must have heard the second half. Her footsteps stopped on the stairs. I passed by her, without even saying hello. They soon started arguing again behind me. Jinnian demanded to know why she had bought a matching Keychain. Bai Ningbing replied with only one sentence. I do not need to report what I buy to you. Then why explain yourself to him? If you have the nerve, say it to my face. You do not regret it at all. This time, Bai Ningbing did not answer. After that, their arguments almost never stopped. Jinnian always used me as a thorn between them. The less Bai Ningbing explained, the harder he pressed. Once, they argued outside the library so loudly that everyone took a detour. Jinnian shoved the thermos back into Bai Ningbing's hands. The things you gave me were things Fang Yuan did not want. Bai Ningbing gripped the thermos, her expression frighteningly cold. This thermos is not his, but every time you see it, you think of him. Bai Ningbing, you used me to make Fang Yuan so angry that he left, and now you blame me for actually staying. What gives you the right? Bai Ningbing's grip tightened sharply. Jinnian asked her with reddened eyes. Did you ever love me at all? After a long silence, she finally spoke. One apology was clearer than any answer. Jinnian placed the thermos on the railing and walked away. Bai Ningbing did not follow him. She remained where she was and saw Shang Xinci and me nearby. Then she lowered her head to look at the thermos. The thermos had fallen on the ground before. In a fit of anger, I had said I never wanted it again. Now, even if she wanted to return it, she could not. I did not go over. Shang Xinci did not ask either. She simply handed me the organized notebook of mistakes. Only one type of problem remains. We will conquer it tonight. I entered the library beside her. After Bai Ningbing broke up with Jinnian, friend requests began popping up one after another. The first said, I am sorry. The second said, can we talk? The third contained only one sentence. I regret it. I accepted none of them. She began leaving things outside my door again. The repaired thermos, a chocolate cake, and a brand new mathematics notebook. I did not touch the chocolate cake. I gave it to my parents to share. I returned the notebook untouched to the apartment across the hall. The next day, Bai Ningbing put the notebook back. Only one sentence was written on the title page. I was impatient before. I kept that title page, but not the notebook. She did not leave it there again. So after one mock exam, she confronted me at the stairwell. Fang Yuan, I have something to tell you. Go ahead. Bai Ningbing clutched the Doraemon Keychain in her hand, but speaking was much harder for her than usual. At first, I deliberately got close to Song Jinnian. I truly had not expected that. You said Aunt Bai always made you look after me, always bringing me up whenever she spoke to you. You felt I was like a surveillance camera Aunt Bai had placed beside you. Even who you liked and where you went and what rank you got. People always asked about it. So, when Song Jinnian appeared, I used him to make you take the hint and back off. The fight on the field, and the kiss afterward. I knew you were nearby both times. I thought you would sulk for a few days, and eventually come back. But you really did not come back. By Ningbing clenched the Keychain until it bent out of shape. Fang Yuan. I only realized later that I did not hate you. I had simply blamed you for all my resentment. I said nothing for a long time after hearing that. So she had known I would be hurt. She had simply been certain that no matter how hard she pushed me away, I would never leave. By Ningbing. The freedom you wanted, I have already given you. Then can we start over? No. Why not? Because I am doing just fine now. By Ningbing opened her mouth and was about to say that Aunt Bai kept asking about me. I interrupted her first. Your mother liking me does not mean you have to like me too. Likewise, your regret now does not mean I have to come back. She slowly slipped the Doraemon Keychain into her pocket. This time, she did not use her mother, Song Jinnian, or our old promise to pressure me. Someone called my name from downstairs. Shang Xinci stood by the flower bed, holding 2 cups of soy milk and waiting for me. As usual, she did not come upstairs to hurry me along. I turned and headed downstairs. Do you like her? My footsteps paused. I think I do. It was the first time I had admitted it. No sound came from Bai Ningbing behind me again. When the final exam ended, the first thing I did was ask Shang Xinci to meet me on the field. When she hurried over, she thought I had found a question whose answer I had not checked. No checking answers. I snatched the pen from her hand. The exam is over. So turn the page. Anyone who checks answers is a total loser. Shang Xinci immediately shut her mouth. All around us, people were rushing out with their books. She stood before me, suddenly at a loss for words. Lin Wei leaned her head out from upstairs and called out a reminder. Shang Xinci, did you not have something to say? Shut up. I nearly burst out laughing. She always had plenty to say when teaching me problems. But when it was her turn, she could not get out a single sentence. In the end, she only asked, our first summer as adults is here. Would you like to go see the sea with me? Sure. While I was packing at home, Aunt Bai knocked on the door. She brought me a box of freshly baked cookies. Then she sat in the living room and asked, can Bai Ningbing and I really never go back to how things were? I accepted the cookies but did not simply nod along. Annie, I used to visit your home because I liked you and I like spending time with Bai Ningbing. If you invite me over for a meal in the future, I will still come when I am free. But what happened between her and me is over. Aunt Bai was silent for a long time. In the end, she only patted my head. She did not try to persuade me again. The door across the hall was open. Bai Ningbing stood in the entryway. She must have heard every word clearly. I nodded at her and went home with the cookies. I truly had loved her, and it was truly over. There were 5 of us on our graduation trip. Xiao Huo and Lin Wei, plus Yukia Shuang, whom Shang Xinci had known before. Before we left, my parents circled my suitcase 3 times. Sunscreen, medicine, chargers. They practically wanted to pack the whole house inside. After we reached the beach, Xiao Huo finally told me Bai Ningbing and Song Jinnian had broken up and gotten back together twice, but had finally ended things for good. Has she sent you another friend request recently? She has. You really are not going back. I kicked off my shoes and walked forward through the waves. What do you take me for? Some pathetic doormat. Xiao Huo nodded in satisfaction. Now that is some real self-awareness. Just then, Shang Xinci came running over from a distance in sunglasses. She held up to silver Starfish Keychains. Halfway here, her sunglasses fell off. She stuck her butt up and hurried back to retrieve them. Lin Wei and Yukia Shuang, one on either side, casually shoved her into the sand. Xiao Huo and I laughed so hard we could barely stand. That evening, we sat together outside a seaside restaurant. When we discussed our chosen schools, I said I had applied to S University. It was somewhere I had wanted to attend for a long time. Before, I had said it because Bai Ningbing wanted to go. This time, I chose it simply because I wanted to. If I want it, I can achieve it. When it was Shang Xinqi's turn, she turned to look at me. The same as Fang Yuan. The others immediately began teasing her. My applying to S University has nothing to do with Fang Yuan. I know. I am not that irresistible. That is not quite true. Lord Kitty's charm is actually pretty powerful. After the group dispersed, she led me to the shore. My phone suddenly received a text from an unknown number. It was Bai Ningbing. She said she had also applied to S University and asked whether our old promise counted as fulfilled. I stared at it for a while, then replied with only one sentence. Getting into S University was my promise, not ours. After sending the message, I deleted the number. Xinci stood beside me without peeking. Only after I put away my phone did she take out her earphones and gently place them over my ears. The opening notes of Summer Echoes drown out the waves. It was the song we had listened to together for the first time. She fumbled around in her pocket for a while and pulled out another silver Starfish Keychain. What a coincidence. I bought one too. The two Keychains lay in our palms, identical even in color. Xinci froze on the spot. Miss Tigertooth, I am waiting. Waiting for what? For you to confess. The beach, the music, the keepsakes, we have everything. Do not waste the moment. Her face instantly turned bright red. Someone who was always so well prepared was flustered at precisely this moment. At last, Xinci straightened up. She spoke each word clearly. Fang Yuan, I like you. It is not because you sold me the earphones, nor because you tutored me in chemistry. I noticed you a long time ago. Whenever you chased after by Ningbing, I was watching you too. After she finished speaking, she handed me a letter. The envelope read, to Lord Kitty. Only after opening it did I realize that her all along began much earlier than I had thought. When we first met, I accidentally stepped on her shoe while getting water. The next day, I stepped on it again. You again? Do we know each other? After stepping on her shoe twice, I stuck out my own shoe and told her to step on it in return. She did not. She only remembered the Fang Yuan who, after making a mistake, insisted on making it up twice. Later, she saw me squatting in the cafeteria and arguing with a fat orange cat. She also saw me chasing after Ningbing with a bowl of spicy hot pot soup. On the day of the performance, I hid in the lounge and cried. The Doraemon headpiece was not something she casually asked me to hold. She saw someone coming in and deliberately put it over my head to hide my red eyes. When I listed the headphones online, she recognized my username and waited on the page for a long time. The honey water was not simply bought along the way either. She searched the shops near the fast food restaurant before finding one that was warm. The letter ended with these words. Fang Yuan, you have never been foolish. I only hope that you will never have to chase after anyone again. There will be someone willing to stop and wait for you. When I looked up, Xinci was so nervous that she did not know what to do with her hands. This time, I was the one who stepped forward. I took the Keychain from her palm. Congratulations. Congratulations on what? Congratulations on hearing the echo of the sea this summer. After taking a second to process it, Xinci suddenly hugged me. The impact forced me half a step back, my soul sinking into wet sand. Cheers from four people immediately rang out nearby. So not one of them had actually left. We have proof. Whoever denies it later buys dinner for the whole dorm. I grabbed a handful of sand and was about to throw it at him. But Xinci refused to let go, her shoulders shaking with laughter. The next day, she asked for the video. I thought she was going to post it publicly. Instead, she only saved it to her favorites. She changed the title to Lord Kitty's personal approval. You are not posting it? I wanted to ask you first, then post it. A few minutes later, a photo of us by the sea appeared on Xinci's social feed. There was no lengthy confession, only the Starfish Keychains hanging side by side. By Ningbing liked it, then quickly unliked it. After entering S University, I still ran into Bai Ningbing at a gathering for students from our hometown. Someone saw her sitting beside me the whole time and mistook her for my girlfriend. I immediately shook my head. No. My girlfriend had something to do tonight. She will be here soon to pick me up. Holding her cup, Bai Ningbing's fingers slowly tightened. Before long, a familiar voice came from the doorway. Lord Kitty, I am late. I turned around and saw Xinci running in, her car keys swinging. That Starfish Keychain hung from her backpack. I passed Bai Ningbing and walked toward her. Bai Ningbing instinctively reached out, but in the end, she only brushed the edge of my clothes. Her hand froze in midair before slowly withdrawing. The Doraemon Keychain on her bag was still swaying. I did not look back. My summer had long